Yo, somebody asked the question and we're going to give that answer about pay. Why do you initially make less when you convert to regular? Let's get it.
Time to get paid, blow. Time to get paid. Time to get paid, blow up like I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Promise it's all good. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. It's all good. Get paid, get paid, get paid. Blow up like I'm blowing up like you thought I would.
All right, so let's go. I thought I explained this before. Maybe I need to break it down a little bit more. I don't know why, because if you didn't start as regular, it's going to take you a while to get to regular. And by the time you get to regular, you'll kind of understand because all this stuff is in the union handbook. Let's break it down for you. Giving you examples. $19 an hour for whatever your craft is. You work 40 hours a week. Don't ask me to do this math in my head because I can't. Let's go $20 an hour. Easier for Jay. $800 a week, right? And then you're doing it twice, it'd be $1,600 bi-weekly. That'd be your paycheck. $20 an hour, 40 hours a week, $800, right? That's if you're a PSE, you're a mail handler assistant, CCA, whatever your craft is. Once you get past, your 90 or your 60, whatever it is, you start getting your increases. We spoke about the increases in other videos. This is why people should watch all these videos, listen to them, watch whatever you want to do. Because as your pay increases, this is what happens. You went from $20 an hour, you went to $20.25. Then you went from $20.25 an hour, and then you got another raise, two raises a year, whatever it is, for the assistants. And then next year you get another raise. So now you up to 20. Let's just say $22 an hour, whatever it is, right? Okay. Remember, it was initially $800. Now you're up to $22 an hour. 2 years later, you convert. All right, after you're at your 23 and some change an hour from killing yourself and putting all that stuff in. All right. When you go and you become a regular, the pay scales. What do I keep meaning about the pay scales? The pay scales are extremely difficult to understand unless you work for the post office when you get hired. I'm not going through all of that. Check out the video regarding the pay scales. So once you figure out what pay scale you are when you become a regular, it's going to tell you how much you make per year. Okay? Per year. That pay scale is going to say row B, letter AA, whatever it is, and it'll tell you 38,154, whatever it is. Now, if you actually broke that down, you broke it down per hour, you're going to be making less per hour because they are going to be paying you according to a salary. That salary will equivalent that number that I just gave you. Now, you're going to be punching in and punching out 8 hours per day. That's why if you see the carriers, if you're a CCA, you see the carriers and they get their routes, they doing their 8 hours a day. And 99% of the time, they are the last people that they ask to go back out to go help somebody else. They're asking you to go back out as a CCA and you out there till 6, 7 o'clock at night. But those regulars, they home. They home with their wife or husband. They already done shower, eating dinner while you still out there slave laboring. That's what happens because they are regulars. Not saying that they're not on the overtime list, but that's a whole nother story. But according to their pay, they're usually making less per hour. They get all the benefits, but they make less per hour initially. Then as the time goes on, they get their pay increases. But again, you were up to 23 and some change an hour as a CCA or as an assistant. But once you converted to a regular, you're at a salary, and that salary is not going to equivalent what you were making per hour before. They go by that guideline that the union bargained with the post office, the bargaining agreement they made with the post office, that once this individual converts to a regular, this is what we will start them at. And then throughout the years, your pay scale goes up and continues to going up. Did I lose anybody? Did I lose you? Why do you keep asking questions that are so complex? You want to know. You want to know. I think you're more confused now. It's a pretty confusing thing. So when you look at your check when you're regular, you're like, damn, I hit $300-400 less than I was making. I was like, it happens. It happens. Nonetheless, through time, you will make more. I hope that cleared things up. So if you look at that big number that they don't have the hourly rate when you're a regular employee. They have a yearly salary rate, which if you were to break it down for your 52 weeks, 40 hours a week, okay, that's why the regulars don't usually work on the holidays or Sundays unless they're on the overtime list, unless they're asked. They will assign a PSC, they will assign a CCA. They got that? I hope I didn't lose y'all on that. I try to break things down in the most simplest form for anybody to understand. Once you start looking at things a little more complex, I'm not going to go into it. I have a bunch of different ranges of age ranges, so I have to break it down in the most simple form possible. It's of dire importance if you want to know what you will make as a regular. Say, okay, on August 1st, 2021, I got hired as a PSC, whatever it is. Go to your union handbook. Go to your union website. Look at the pay scales. What am I going to make when I become a regular? And then you can look at the scales. And the way you look for your scale, just gotta look at your Form 50. It would have the letters, and then you just, all right, this is JH. I hope I cleared that up for you in the least amount of time as possible. JH, the light went off in my head. Type light bulb if you made it to the end of the video. Doochies.